Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you're all well. In this video, what I'm going to be touching on is a subject that a lot of people have been asking me. Is it easier to recruit in the USA or the UK? And what I mean by easier, are the fees higher? Is there less competition? And do companies more likely to engage with recruitment agencies? So in this subject, what I'm going to do is I'm going to touch on some statistics. Now, the only statistics I can pull from reliable sources is from 2018 to 19. So I can't find any data from 19 to 20 because of COVID, etc. So we're going to be going off 2 years, a year and a half's data, but it still is, reliable. Anyone wants the source, I'll be happy to provide it. So USA, UK, I'd love to know everyone's thoughts from this. I have personally recruited in both sectors and, various sectors in both countries. I've recruited into Europe, and Europe is more closer to the USA. So in the world, categorically, the UK is the hardest place to recruit. So if you're recruiting in the UK and you're doing well, well done. If you're recruiting in the USA, I'm not saying it's easy, but it's easier. Now I'm going to prove it to you right now. So population of the USA, according to Google and Office for National Statistics, is 328 million in 2018. That is not dwarfed. Well, the UK's population is 66 million. So in terms of that, it's it's 5 times as high population wise, which means in turn there's more jobs, there's more people wanting jobs, and the unemployment rate is probably about the same as well. So if there was really high unemployment, there wouldn't be much need for recruitment agencies, but the unemployment rate is about the same, or at that period was about the same. So there's no argument on the side of, there's really high unemployment in the US or the UK. It's roughly the same. I think it's like 2 to 3%, if that. So based on that, we want to talk about the competition. So how many recruitment agencies are there in the US? So according to, I think it was Murray Studies, 20,000 registered recruitment agencies are operating in the USA. That's various different offices. I think there's like 40,000 offices in the USA. This does not account for freelancers, self-employed people. All this data is based on registered companies. So if they have an LLC or a registered company, a limited liability company in the UK. The UK has double, and I think it's actually 5 times as much recruitment agencies nowadays, because there was a massive spike in 2019, because I think the average spend on recruitment agencies went up to like 36 billion in the UK. So the spend is much lower in the US as well. I don't know the exact data because it's hard for me to exactly find out. I couldn't find out, but I know for a fact the spend in the USA is much higher as well. As you can imagine, it's a much richer country and there's more cash flowing. There's more major businesses there as well. So in a nutshell, the competition is half in the USA, and there's 5 times as much population and roughly the same sort of market to work off. Culturally, recruitment actually started in the UK. The UK was the sort of lead in terms of using a recruitment agency as an agency service to actually do that. That's not to say in the US, it's kind of taking the market lead in terms of development processes. The US is far, far ahead of the UK. They're more prevalent on LinkedIn. All the sort of software we use is all from the US. They're much, much further ahead in terms of their processes than the UK. We're very old-fashioned, cold calling, even printed CVs, and so this is very, very much a US-led market at the moment. Now, another thing that will highlight the fact that the US is a much easier place to recruit is the fees that are on offer. So depending on the sector, the average fee in the USA is about 15 to 30%. And this was the case about 10 years ago in the UK. However, now you'll be lucky if you get at least 15%, especially in today's society, today's age. You'll be looking at probably about 10 to 12% as an average fee. The fees have cut, by a third in the last 6 months. They have dramatically went. The average fee in the UK, you'll be looking at probably about 8 to 15%. 20% if it's more executive search and if you've got that existing agreement. However, excuse me, I feel the fees are going to keep it is a race to the bottom at the moment, and a lot of companies are sort of knowing this, and when they deal with recruitment agencies, they know for a fact if they say we'll do business with you, because it's tough out there, it's hard to win business as a recruitment agency in the UK. So this brings me to the point of, if you're an international recruiter, if you're based in India, if you're based in Pakistan, Middle East, even if you're based in the UK, where should you do business? Now, culturally, the USA candidates are much more receptive to recruiters as well. In the UK, we tend to want to do it ourselves. I think the USA is a much easier market to recruit into for various different reasons. What makes the UK easier is companies are more likely to use recruitment agencies when they do, and they're more likely to use multiple recruitment agencies. That is a sort of major point in the UK. In the USA, it's very unlikely they're going to have 10 or 12 recruitment agencies working. They would rather use an exclusive recruitment agency. So when you win a contract in the US, the maximum you're going to see is 3 or 4 agencies working as a contingency on working with, you know, your client and yourselves. So when you do win a job, there might be less competition. That's not saying that's it for everyone, but that's usually the case. Now, another thing I want to bring to is contingency and retainers. So retainers are, they pay you up front. In the USA, it is more likely they're going to use you for a retained position rather than a contingency base where you get paid after you're successful. So in terms of summing up, the population is higher in the US, the fees are higher, the competition is half, maybe 3 times less. And if you are looking to set up a business and you are looking, hey, great, I want to start recruiting in the USA or the UK, I would definitely move to the US. I'll give you an example. A lot of companies in the UK were recruiting in the UK, and then they said, we're either going into Europe, where there's even less competition, it's even easier, especially on the IT side, than the USA. So they're saying, wait, we're going to set up business. We know what we're doing. We've got all the processes. We can dominate the market. So in fact, if you're recruiting in the USA and you're struggling, probably the reason is we're taking all your market share, and companies are going to start to move towards the US. I'm even thinking about setting up a small niche agency in the USA, simply because I can do my 9 to 5 in the UK at 7 p.m. I can start. It's probably the middle of the day coming up to early afternoon. I can engage with candidates and clients in that time. I can be on emails. It works extremely well for me, and it works into my day because of the time zone. So I can be operating in the UK in the day, and in the evening, my time, I can be operating in the US. So just to sum up, it's easier to win business in the USA, but it's much, much more profitable in the long run in the USA as well. So hope you enjoyed this video. I'd love to know your thoughts on it. A lot of people are going to hate me for this video, but facts are facts.